channel. Today I am back with a new makeup tutorial for you guys. I am, or was, getting ready for work, so I decided to just show you guys some new drugstore products that I've tried. I'm not going to do a talk through, I'm going to be doing a voiceover, but I hope you guys enjoy it. Give it a thumbs up if you do, subscribe for more videos, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat to keep in touch, and I'll see you guys in a few seconds.
Starting off by moisturizing and prepping my skin using pure organic coconut oil. I'm just very lightly pressing this into my skin so that it's nice, hydrated, and glowy. Then I'm going in with this Opal Liquid Highlighter by Becca. You can use any cream highlighter. I believe NYX has a really pretty one too. But I'm just pressing this all over the areas that I would normally highlight with my fingers. And by putting this under the foundation, it's going to give you a really pretty lit from within finish. It just gives you that really soft, pretty glow. So then I'm going in with my L'Oreal True Match Lumi Foundation in the shade W5, and I'm first sweeping this on my skin with a flat top synthetic foundation brush before I press it in with my beauty blender. So I'm doing a very intense press and roll motion, putting a lot of pressure into the skin so that it literally just sinks into my skin and just looks like fresh, dewy skin. I'm going to be working in thin layers, so I'm just pressing this all over, and then once it gets tacky, I will go in with another layer. I saw this technique by Sonia and Fiza, and their foundation on clients always looks flawless, so I thought I would give it a try. Then I'm just priming my eyelids using my Lancome Aquatique eyeshadow primer. You can use a concealer or whatever works for you. And then I'm going to follow up with a cream eyeshadow base. So I'm using this Maybelline Color Tattoo in the shade Beige Luster. It's like a very pretty smoky, taupey, brown silver color. It's so gorgeous and I really love this product, so I'm just pressing that in with my finger. And then I'm going in with this Wet n Wild highlighter in the shade, I believe it's Petal Power, and I'm just pressing that all over to set that shade. This is a really pretty golden rosy highlight, so it looks really gorgeous on top of that liquid highlighter. Then I'm going in my Makeup Revolution contour palette, and I'm taking that warm color in the middle, and I'm using that to actually define my crease. So I'm using a MAC 217, and I'm just sweeping this back and forth so that it is a little bit more gives more depth and definition to the eyes. And then I'm just sweeping it out toward the end of my brow bone, really just kind of blowing that out and just working that into my crease area. Next, I'm taking this really white highlighter in the palette. It is so pretty, and I'm putting that in the center of my eyelid just to give it some more dimension and some more shimmer. And I'm also using that color to highlight my tear duct. And then I'm just taking my MAC 224 and I'm just buffing out the edges of my crease so that it's really flawless and just blended nice. I'm going back in with that same neutral brown color in the contour palette, and I'm using that again in my crease, just focusing it a little bit deeper so that it just gives it some more depth and definition. Then I'm going to go back in with my foundation, and I'm just going to do one more layer just because I do still have some acne scars on my cheek that peek through sometimes. So I'm just doing one more layer, and I waited for the foundation to get tacky. That way it really just attaches to it, gives me that coverage, and then it just blends flawlessly. So I'm doing that same pressing and rolling motion again. Next, I'm going to be filling in my brows. I'm using my brow bar to go, and I'm just filling this in. I sped through this because I just feel like brows are so boring to watch. If you guys do want to see a brow tutorial, just let me know in the comments down below. But I love doing my brows after foundation, especially if I'm using a powder, just because I feel like it just shows up more intense and just blends out better. That's just always been my personal preference. Then I'm going to be contouring using my Wet n Wild contour stick. I've seen this all over YouTube, so I thought I would give it a try, and I was really happy with it. So I just put that along my jawline, down my nose, on my chin and forehead. And I'm not going to blend it out too much because at the end I'll buff everything out with a powder. So following that, I'm going in with my Amazing Cosmetics concealer in the shade Light, I believe. And I really love this concealer. It's super creamy and hydrating, but it's very full coverage. So I'm putting this all over the areas that I would normally highlight, like under my eyes, chin, forehead, and nose. And then I'm doing that same pressing and rolling method with my beauty blender to blend, I cannot talk, to blend out the contour so that everything looks really nice and flawless. And I'm also doing that same technique to blend out the concealer, just to really push everything into the skin and to give my skin a really pretty, flawless glow. Guys, I promise you guys, I have the worst like speech impediment ever. If there's anything YouTube has helped me with, these voiceovers really like force me to articulate every word, because I swear like I always stutter. Then I'm going to use the beauty blender to clean up the concealer that I used to kind of just sharpen under my eyebrows. Then to set everything, I'm using my Airspun translucent powder. I've used this powder, I feel like, in every single video. I love it so much. And I'm just setting my under eyes with a very damp beauty blender, and I'm really pushing the product into my skin and using a lot of it. I'm trying not to bake, but I'm using a good amount of powder to highlight and just really pushing it into my skin. If you guys have another powder that you really enjoy and that works great, let me know, because I feel like although I love this, I do need to switch it up. Then I'm taking these two colors in my Makeup Revolution contour palette, and I'm going to use that to set the cream contour. So I'm going along my jawline, I'm going to go under my chin and on my forehead, and then I will also chisel out the contour on my nose. It's crazy what nose contour like does, like how it literally can just transform the shape of your nose just by adding a little bit of shading. Like, it's insane. Then I'm gonna go back in with that warm color, and I'm gonna use that to just smoke out my lower lash line with my MAC 217, and I'm just going back and forth, really working this under the lower lash line. I'm going back in with that white highlighter that is in the palette, and I'm using that to highlight my tear duct a little bit more. Then I'm going in with this Rimmel, it's a nude eyeliner, and I'm putting this in my waterline just to really open up my eyes. My allergies have been bothering me a lot lately, so this really helped just open up my eyes so that they don't look as puffy. Then I'm going back in with my Wet n Wild highlight in the shade Petal Power, and this highlight is literally gorgeous. Like, I'm putting a very heavy amount because I will be putting a powder over top to fuse everything together. So it's gonna look crazy at first, but literally you can like barely put your brush in this highlighter and it's gonna give you like the most gorgeous glow ever. This is literally one of my new favorites. Then I'm going in with this Milani blush in the shade Coral Cove, and I'm putting a heavy amount of that on my cheeks. I'm gonna look crazy, I'm literally gonna look like a clown, but just wait because I'm gonna buff it out right now with my MAC Studio Fix foundation powder. So I'm taking a light amount, buffing in circular motions upward, working in small sections, and as you see, it's just gonna fuse everything together. It's gonna kind of soften that highlight and give me more of that lit from within finish versus a like disco ball highlight. So I really love doing this because it just makes the skin look flawless and just makes everything look super blended and just gives your skin a really healthy finish. Next, I'm doing my cat eye, and I'm using my NYC liquid liner. This is like the only liquid liner I use because I love it, and it's literally only $1.50, and it's just awesome. So doing my wing. Following that, I'm prepping my lashes for my falsies. You can use any mascara of your choice. Doesn't matter if it's drugstore or high-end. I happen to use the Grandiose mascara by Lancome. Next, I went in with these Kiss Faux Mink lashes in Gala. They are so gorgeous and so just full and pretty. Then I popped those on off camera and lined my lips using this Italia lip liner in the shade Cola. Then I went on top of that with this Jordana liquid lip color in the shade Cinnamon Toast. This is such a really like good liquid lip because it's not too drying. So I applied that, and there you have it. This is the completed look. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed, subscribe for more videos, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!